There's been some concern expressed about buying a used amplifier, not knowing if it's going to work, by one of the people interested in this item on here on eBay. So I've decided to go ahead and connect it to a power supply inside the home and make it operate so that you can tell that it's working. I show you the New York Times front page because I want you to see that today is, in fact, January 9th, 2010. The amplifier that's being sold is the Alpine pdx-1.1000, 1000 watts RMS with 4 20 amp fuses. Do the math. That's a total of 80 amps. Multiply 80 amps, 14 is the voltage, and you get the RMS wattage of this amplifier. I've got it connected right now. The source is the laptop right there. For the audio, you can see the cable coming out of the laptop, going around and into the amplifier right here. You can see the power or the speaker cable, which is quite small. I'd recommend a bigger one in the car, but for these purposes it works. Speaker cable coming out of the amplifier and going right into a woofer that I've got. It's not in a box, but you can see that it's connected at the back of the woofer. This is one of those shallow mount Pioneer Premiers. It's going to sound pretty horrible without a box, but you'll see that the amplifier is working. Okay, and I've also got my power supply right here that is going to provide me 12 volts DC through this blue and silver cable, which wraps around and eventually plugs into the power remote and ground. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to plug, follow this wire right here, which is the plug. The plug, which I will plug into, if I can do this while holding the camera. I'm going to plug it into right here. Okay, and when I do so, the amplifier will turn on. Blue light on. Okay, so the amplifier is on. We should be getting some audio pretty soon here. I will go ahead and click play. Not very loud because the amp's turned down, and I don't have a huge power supply to get enough amperage to this amplifier to give it the wattage it needs to drive this woofer. You can see it moving a bit though. It rattles because it's sitting on this table. Anyway, I know that's weak sauce, but it does show that the amp's working. You can see the lights on. As long as I got a video, I'll show you the small defects if they'll show up here. One little nick on a cap right there. And as I mentioned earlier in the auction, it's missing this front fascia right here that covers the controls. I don't think it looks bad without it, but to be honest, when I picked this amp up, I didn't even know that it was missing. So really not that big of a deal. It's got everything else that it needs, all the screws, all the speaker plugs, and it's in really, really good shape, other than the missing component in that small chip. So if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Hopefully this is satisfactory and shows that the amplifier is in working condition prior to shipment. Once again, the date is January 9th, 2010. This is the auction for the pdx-1.1000 Alpine subwoofer monoblock amplifier. Thank you very much, and may the best bidder win. Take it easy, guys. Have a great new year.